Hello, my name is Jacob Coffey. I'm here tonight to introduce my brother, your State FFA Sentinel, or as we call him at home, Mr. Doorstop. Garrett is one of those people, when you need something, he's always willing to help out. Whatever is asked of him, he's going to do his best and take pride in the task at hand. He is outgoing and willing to try and experience new things. Like the first time he checked our cows and said none of them were pregnant. But 6 months later we had 8 baby calves. Garrett and I share a passion for the FFA, farming, and Hereford cattle. Here to give you his retiring address, your 2014-2015 Virginia State FFA Sentinel, William Garrett Coffey.
You said some folks don't, but that's okay.
Well, good evening. So, how many of us have that one person that you just cannot stand to lose to, because you know that if you lose to them, you're never, ever going to hear the end of it? Yeah, I see them. It might be your sibling, it might be your best friend, it might even be your cousin. Well, for me, it's that kid that just introduced me as my brother. It seems like we're always turning the most simplest of things into a competition. Whether it was trying to see who can eat more tacos for supper, which, let me tell you, no one's a winner after that competition. Or if we're trying to see who can get dressed and ready for school and have all the chores done the fastest. It always seems like we're trying to one-up each other. Now this reminds me of this one particular time. Me and Jake were out doing some farm work, and this is while Mom and Dad was gone. Yeah, they trust us to work sometimes on the farm by ourselves. And we were cleaning pens. And if you've ever been in our barn, do you know that there's a certain part of our barn that you just can't get to with a tractor? And I absolutely hate cleaning it. So we got to break out the pitchforks, just like this nice one we got here. Trust me, they aren't this clean back home. And we get to scooping. So we're working hard, and we finally decide, this is kind of boring. We need to kind of up the ante here. So we turn this thing into a competition. We decide that the first person to get done, have the pens cleaned and bedded down, would be the winner. So we get going at it, scooping this manure like it's going out of style, cleaning these pens in record timing. And I look over to see how far ahead I was with my brother, because we both know that I'm the best pen cleaner in the whole county. I mean, come on. And I see a cow, but it's out in my yard, and it's scratching its head on my mom's favorite tree she just planted last week. So I take a double take and I look over at my brother and get his focus, and we run out this gate, all the way out to this yard, shoo this cow away from the tree and kind of look at the remains of what was left of my mom's favorite tree, and we realized we got a situation on our hands. All our cows, as we look in the pasture, well, they're gone. We got to go find these things before Mom and Dad gets home. So we do our best with a little bit of feed and a whole lot of walking and even more running. And we finally find them in the neighbor's alfalfa field. Our neighbor didn't know. We shoot them out, wrangle them all up. Down past the house we go, around the swimming pool. That was a trick now. And then finally past the tractor shed and into the pasture field. All before Mom and Dad got home. Now the tree, that was another story. We couldn't hide that. Mom wasn't too happy. So, as you can see, competition can take up our lives. And that's not a bad thing. In fact, competition drives us to be our very best. As humans, it seems like we're constantly striving to do something better and better each and every time. Now, I wouldn't say I'm an extremely competitive person, but if you challenge me to a rock, paper, scissors contest or like an intense daring game, well, I don't think you're just going to walk away with a victory now. But sometimes it can distract us. In fact, competition's been around for many, many years. Think of the story David and Goliath. Now, you have this classic story about how a little boy, no bigger than I am, defeated this humongous giant over 10, 15 foot tall. And I always wondered, how could somebody as small as me, just a teenage boy, ever defeat something that massive? After I got to thinking, after a long while of thinking, I realized that David was bigger than Goliath all along. It just wasn't physical. See, David had a passion in his heart, a burning passion for his people. He loved them, he cared for them, and he wanted them to be saved, even if his life depended on it. Goliath, however, he didn't care about anything or anyone. All he wanted was another notch on his belt. All he wanted was for those people in his community to celebrate him, and so he could get all the glory for himself. That's where Goliath was small. So at the end of the day, would you have rather been David with that burning passion? He knew what he wanted to do and where he wanted to go. Or would you have rather been the lost Goliath that ended up being headless? I know which one I'd want to be. So as we think back to the time me and Jake cleaned out the pens, that's an important job. And by turning it into a competition, well, being a beef farmer, we lost focus on the most important part about a beef farm, the cattle. And now they're out wandering the field and we had to go get them. Not only did it put our cattle in jeopardy, but it put our mom's tree in jeopardy as well. And if you think about David, well, he knew exactly where he wanted to go. He knew exactly what his passion was, and he was willing to take it on. He didn't let competition bother him like it did me and Jake. So, after thinking about this a little bit, take this blue jacket for example. Now, we have a lot of great memories in this jacket right here. In fact, some of my best memories. However, this can't be where you put your self-worth. You can't put your self-worth in these material objects. Now, I love everything that this jacket stands for. It represents everything I've gotten throughout my entire FFA career. But it seems like in this world today, we're constantly comparing, measuring, and judging. And the only way we can do that and actually have a scale is to see how many more plaques, titles, and jackets I have than you do. But I'm here to say you can't judge someone by how many titles they have, how many plaques they have on their wall. You judge someone's success, and you can judge your own success by your integrity, your wisdom, and the character you build along the way while you're aiming for these moments of glory that we all strive to have. Now, when I graduated high school, I was sitting in my room just like this, kind of looking around at my shelves and on the walls, and I seen that I had a lot of plaques. I had a lot of really cool things hanging there and sitting in their trophy cases. But I realized that they weren't doing a bit of good for me at all. They were just sitting there. And I finally came to the conclusion that the one thing that actually got me where I am right now is all those experiences, all those people I've met, all those things I've seen, all the things I've learned, all the character I've built over the years. That's how I started to measure my success, not by those things hanging on the wall. So I ask you, just like David did, can you do this without anything in return? The next time you go to do something, ask yourself, could I take on this task without even as simple as a pat on the back? And if you say yes, well then I urge you to dump your entire heart into it. Because if you take on your passion and what you truly love, you will never be focused on getting that award, getting that plaque, or getting that title. You'll only be focused on how can I grow myself. And the one thing that's more important than that is how can I grow the ones that are around me that share the same passion. So Virginia FFA, I ask you to not judge others or yourself by the things that you have on your wall or the things that you wear on your back like this jacket. But judge yourself and your success by the things that you do in this jacket and in the daily experiences that you live out each and every day in your lives.
I will always speak in convinced that you're actually from Southwest Virginia, not the Valley. You've taught me so much about tractors, combines, excavators, and cattle. I will never forget the breakfast conversation with you and Jake about your herd and grazing practices. You and Eugene finally broke my fear of cattle, if only every steer could play fetch. I know one day you will make it big like the Peterson Farm Bros with your parody. Thank you for bringing the calm and easygoing personality to the team to rival the craziness of the rest of us. Love always, Alice.
Garrett, I knew the minute I met you we would be lifelong friends simply because we share the same love for heavy equipment. Sometimes you tell us, well, I'm just a dumb redneck, but you're one of the wisest people I ever met. You aren't always talking, but when you do, people always listen. There's always something new to learn who you are. You showed me that leadership is not about doing what's cool, but doing what is right, even when no one else is looking. Thank you for always picking up when I call and need someone to talk to. The world needs more Garrett Coffeys.
Garrett, even though you kill me repetitively on Call of Duty every time we play, and the guy who drove me through the snow on a truck hood, you're an all-around great guy and one of the best friends anyone could ever ask for. Your sense of reason always kept us headed in the right direction. Your love for heavy equipment, Smokey and the Bandit, and your jokes, they're sometimes pretty cheesy, always put a smile on our faces. I can't wait to be hugging with you next year.
Garrett, I don't know if it's possible to go a mile down the road without seeing some kind of equipment where you don't know its history and every part it takes to build it. But man, have I become an expert on Peterbilt trucking and Smokey and the Bandit. Whether in Africa or somewhere eastbound and down, I can always count on you to have my back and have a cow to play fetch with.
The words of the wise heard in quiet are better than the shouting of the ruler among fools. Garrett, you may claim to be the doorstop of the association as the State Sentinel, but you are so much more. Your words of wisdom are second to none, and your humble service is inspiring. Thank you for reminding me to be genuine and to truly live out my faith. Make your mark always, Brittany.
Hammer down, Garrett Coffey. Your growth and personality keep us on our toes. You are dedicated to everything you do, especially your Herefords. Coming from your fellow showmen, no one has understood all our livestock talk. I have thoroughly enjoyed all of our travels this year, especially that time when we were lost in D.C. and got completely out of the city, and you happened to find yourself at a construction site where we had to stop and take a video. One thing for sure is that whenever we are together, there is never a dull moment. I am so excited for our roommate adventures this fall at Tech, and I look forward to all of our farm talks. Stay true, stay you, Zach.
Coffee. Even though the FFA is no longer cows, plows, and sows, you are all about those three things. I appreciate your love for all equipment, even though you prefer the red color. I guarantee you that you have just as many pictures with heavy equipment as you do with us, and we appreciate you for that. You have impacted so many lives with your love for people and your kind heart. You are wise beyond your years, and you are going places. There's absolutely no one that could ever take your place on this team and as our best friend. I look forward to all of our Hokie adventures together, and I can't wait to see where life takes you. Love, Brittany, Ryan, Morgan, Daniel, Alice, and Zach. Virginia FFA, your 2014-2015 State Sentinel, Garrett Coffey.